here. So if we are looking at jñāna śabdha, this is in the book. Jñāna śabdha, I just want to introduce, we only have a few more minutes left, is on page 99 of book 1. So it's a separate book, book 1. Page 99. And I just want us to enter into here, okay? So far we've seen those sandhis. Now we're going to look at this jñāna śabdha. So far what we've been seeing, right? We need to get our GPS where we are, right? We've seen, we're looking in nouns, right? And within noun so far we've been seeing, right? A noun is made up of two things, right? What is noun made up of? Pratipadikam and supratyaya. Okay. Now these pratipadika, so far we've seen masculine pratipadikas. So when you're looking at pratipadika, you want to look at the ending letter, and you also want to see the gender. So far we've seen the gender masculine. Now Sanskrit, of course, has a neuter gender, right? It has to be difficult. There has to be more than this masculine, feminine. It's Sanskrit was ahead of its time. They talked about transgender too, right? Napumsaka, no gender here. So, jñāna is the word for knowledge, right? This is, now we're looking at akaranta, napumsaka linga, śabdha. Okay, so akaranta meaning akara, the ending. So anta means ending, so ending, napumsaka, neuter, gender, śabdha, word, right? A word which is having the neuter gender and ending with akara. They decline just like this, they decline just like Rama, from 3rd case to 7th case, okay? 3rd through 7th is just like Rama. So if you know Rama śabdha, you have a majority of this chart. That's why we spend so much time with Rama śabdha, right? So just like Ramena, here we have jñānena, Ramabhyam, Ramaihi. Here we have jñānabhyam, jñānaihi. Right? We have 4th case, Ramaya becomes, here it's jñānaya, Ramabhyam becomes jñānabhyam, jñānebhyah, jñānat, jñānabhyam, jñānebhyah. You can say the rest with me. Jnanasya, jnanayoho, jnananam, jnane, jnanayoho, jnaneshu. Okay, we'll stop there. So, only difference is this first 2 cases, and sambodhana, again, remember, is a derivation of that first case, right? It's a sambodhana is connected into the first case. So that sambodhana, the calling out, will also be a little bit different there. Okay, now notice how we're doing jnana. Okay, now we just kind of have to memorize these, but note that first, you only need to remember one set, because the whole first case and second case are the same. This is not a copy and paste problem. This is actually how it is. Right? Okay, so let's say it together, right? Jnanam, jnane, jnanani. Jnanam, jnane, jnanani. And then we have he jnana, he jnane, he jnanani. Okay. So knowing the gender of words is actually important, right? Because if I thought this was Rama śabdha like, and I said Rame, then only one option I would have is 7-1. But if I say jñāne, right, it could be 7-1, it can be 1-2, or 2-2. All 3 look exactly the same. Oh my gosh, that makes things so difficult. So how do you know? How do you know whether it's first case dual, second case dual, or 7-1? First, you say a prayer. That's that's all always. First, you say. Second thing is you have to see the context, right? Does it make sense that it's the karta? Does it make sense that it's the karma? Or, does it make sense that it takes that second case? Or does it make sense that it's that adhikarana in seventh case, right? Now, obviously, right, those cases can show different karakas and different non-vibhaktis, right? But we just want to check the context and see what makes sense. Yeah, so we don't need to worry too much. One nice thing is we also have translations of most things. So we can see, how did the teacher translate this word? And then you can see, oh, okay, so they're taking this as a dual case. And then a good question to the teacher would be, why didn't you take it as singular, as first case, right? You can always ask that question, right? But this is how, so this is a pure Sanskrit problem. You get these. Okay, but same thing with these, right? 1, 1, 2, 1 is the same. 1, 1, 3, 2, 3 is the same. And also, right, when we have that sambodhana, hey is not part of the sambodhana. Hey, okay. The sambodhana is just jñāna, jñāne, jñānani. We just add hey so that we know we're calling out. We do that in English too. Hey, Shivam. It's different. H-E-Y is different than this hey, but it's the same meaning, right? You're calling out to that. Okay. So one thing to look at, so for homework, what we'll do is, so look over these words. Okay. Look over these words. So Anna, Chaitanya, try to get familiar with these words. And then also there's an exercise that's, no, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give too much homework. But if you look in the workbook, there's also these sections. It's section number 4. It says ending in napumsaka jñāna śabdha. But then you can fill in this jñāna. Try to do it by memory. And then there's also phala. Try to do phala by memory. And then if you have another paper, then pick up maybe 2 more of these. So maybe do four words declining all of these 21 forms. 24 forms if we count some of them, right? So that's where practice comes in, and you also get the meaning, right? So just do like maybe 3, 4, 5, I would say 5 of these words, and then also just become familiar with the vocabulary a little bit more, because you see these very commonly, right? It's good to know, for example, Chaitanya is napumsaka linga. Right? I use Vairagya as napumsaka. These are words we use very commonly. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. So I'm going to take a pause for 5 minutes.